For landlords, by landlords. The Rent Perfect Podcast with David Pickron.
Boom. Scotty, good day to you. How are you? Welcome to the Rent Perfect Podcast episode, I believe, 99. 99.
Yep.
Can we make it to 3 digits? We'll see.
I got a feeling
Just
we'll make
one
it.
more.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, go ahead and like and subscribe and do all the good stuff, but I just want to get into the topic today.
Yeah.
And I want to hear people's comments, actually, because I kind of want to go into a string of podcasts, not a whole lot, but of just kind of general business. I mean, we know that your rental portfolio, your investment career, it is a business, and some people need to understand it is a business. Notice we use words like your business partner,
yep.
right?
Yep.
And we have contracts and leases, and this is flat a business, and you need to run it like a business if it's going to be, successful. But, my mind today is really turning to this younger crowd, this younger generation. It seems like every generation, whether it was your grandpa or your dad, they always down the generation below, right? Because they're just different. They operate different. They don't understand, I can just hear my dad downing our generation.
Yep, for
right?
sure.
And I think our generation's pretty great, quite frankly, okay? But I'm going to get in my dad's role, and I'm going to down this lower generation a little bit. I'm sure they're going to find their own way, but there are just a few things that I hear because I like to mentor.
Yeah.
I like to give back, and I like to help these young kids, just get a good footing, because it is tough out there right now. I mean, could you imagine?
No, I can't even imagine.
Getting out of college, being $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 in debt, and looking to go buy a home at $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 for a starter. I mean, how do you do it, right?
I don't know if I told you this, but a buddy of mine had a new orthodontist come to work with him, and he's $1.2 million in debt.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
But at least he's got a medical,
Yeah,
at least,
still.
I mean,
that's
but at least he can dig himself out of a hole. He's got
over
the
time,
income,
Yeah.
It's hard for me to see the liberal arts major that has $100,000 in debt and took him 6 years to get through school, and it's kind of like,
yeah, your earning power is not enough to kind of get you out of debt
tough.
and into a home.
So I get kids often saying, hey, can I take you to lunch, or what do you think about this, or I want to be an entrepreneur, or I want to do this, and I used to say yes to everybody. I used to say, oh yeah, sure, let's have lunch. But I found that I did a lot of talking. They didn't really do a lot of listening. And most of them did no action.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
It was almost get a free lunch with me and thank you, goodbye. And somehow the advice or what we talked about didn't turn into any kind of action.
Yeah.
And so I started saying, listen, in order to have lunch with me, I need you to read a book first. So I tell them to read Extreme Ownership.
Yep.
Great book, one of my favorites. You take total responsibility in everything in your life. My lunches got a lot less. Okay?
Well, nobody wants to read a book, first of all.
Yeah, very
that's
few read it. And when they read it, now we had such a better lunch because we had a really a good foundation. But here are a couple things as I sit down with this younger group that drive me crazy. They ask me the question, or maybe make the statement. The question is, what do you think I should do? Which is a death knell for me.
Yep.
Or it also comes out like this. I really don't know what I like to do. So I don't know. Okay?
Yeah.
My first company was serving evictions. Okay? I evicted people. Do you think I wanted to do that?
Yeah, that wasn't on your bucket list or dream list of employment options, right?
I'm graduated from college, and I just really think I should evict people.
I can't wait to kick people out of their homes. That
is,
rewarding.
Really rewarding,
Yeah.
right? And so I think I've just heard me saying this to a ton of kids nowadays. It's not what you want to do. Business is about what people need.
Right.
You're asking yourself, or you're thinking about the wrong question, right? So I mean, just this week, my daughter's friend came on a family vacation with us, and she's like, I just don't know what I want to do. And I'm driving the car, and I'm just like, oh, don't go into lecture mode right here.
Yeah,
don't just,
right.
We're on a family vacation.
Tap down the natural instinct.
I know,
right?
probably my wife and my daughter's like, wrong thing to say to my dad. So I can't say they're proud of me because I couldn't be quiet. And here we go. So halfway between Utah and Montana, we were talking about, when you're searching for something that you want to do, you're searching for a hobby, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
But when you really want to get to business, it's what do people need, right?
Yep.
Scott, I would love right now, I'm a terrible golfer, as you know. I would love to go play golf right now, shoot in the mid-80s, and have people watch me and pay me money.
Yeah, and then get a check at the end of the round.
And get a check.
Yeah.
That's what I would love to do.
Right.
Okay. Somehow I can't make it happen.
Yeah.
Right? Because people don't need to watch a hacker and then pay money for it.
Right.
Right.
It's like I always say, if I want to watch people shoot layups, I'll go watch. I won't watch the WNBA. I'll go in my driveway and watch myself shoot layups.
So now, why are we talking about this today? For you new investors, whatever generation you are, it's not really what you want to do. When I go buy a property, it's not what I want to do. It's what is needed. So I started out buying long-term rentals. Did fairly well with them. Appreciation was doing really well. People needed housing. And as prices got higher, interest rates a little bit higher, I felt like people needed more midterm rentals, right? They were moving in between houses, and there was this need out there. I didn't all of a sudden one day go, hey, maybe I should get into midterm house. I listened and I paid attention, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Furnish these things up. You get a little bit more money. There's the need there, and we've kept those, full and busy. And I got into short-term rentals, like vacation, weekend rentals. There was a need there. There was some, they couldn't find. They were staying in hotels, and they wanted to stay at home and get kitchens.
Yeah.
And so there was a need there. So in the real estate world, because it's a business just like anything else, you're going to find your success in not what you want to do, but in what people need.
Yep.
Okay? So if you're in your area and you're thinking, hey, I want to invest, I want to get into rental properties, go find out in your area, wherever you are in the U.S., go find out what the need is. VRBOs, Airbnb, short-term rentals, they might be so oversaturated that you buy one and your nightly rate is so low just to get a couple bookings that it's just not, there's not the need there, So it's the same in real estate as it's the same in every other business. Find the need, find success, and appreciate you listening to me get on my soapbox. And just like that little girl driving to Montana with me, she's probably like put her headphones in. She probably had her hair over her headphones. I'm talking away, and she's probably like la 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 la.
She's like, I pulled the string, and now it's just going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Well, we appreciate you joining us today, and until next time, continue to rent perfect.